A new generative AI product has dropped, XAI's Grok, and it's the number one app on the App Store. It sort of feels like there's a new generative model coming out like every 3 weeks at this point in 2025, because it was this year that DeepSeek also came out, the like China ChatGPT. And in the few hours of me playing with Grok, I really like it. Although it's just limited to text right now, you can't like voice chat with it, and you surely can't call it, which I've been calling ChatGPT while I'm on the car. I could have it on speaker and just like ask it questions and focus on driving. I thought that 1-800 ChatGPT feature was a great move for ChatGPT. I don't pay for it, unlike Amon Ra's brother.
How do you like ChatGPT? You use it a
I
lot,
love it. I use it as my I don't use
like your
Google or
assistant.
yeah, I don't use it as Google or um Safari anymore. Everything is straight. If I want to know something, it's straight ChatGPT. Like it's my number one app.
I
I
heard
don't ask.
sometimes it fucks up though.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
you gotta ask the right questions, ask it the right way, like you know. So
I
if you need
guess.
if you need anything done, just ask it. Like I pay for it. I pay for the monthly subscription, whatever it is.
Yeah, you're crazy.
That's fine.
It's free. What are you getting that I can't get?
Like you can't take a picture. Like I need somebody to take a picture and say, explain this to me. Tell me what this is. So I don't have to read the whole thing.
Like a picture of what?
Like a contract or some shit. Or anything. Yeah.
How much is it?
Like I want to guess $19, maybe 15. I don't know.
A month?
Yeah.
That sounds like fucking Netflix.
I use it more than Netflix.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And a part of that is because I don't really like Sam Altman too much. He just seems really like flat and bland, and these comments were interesting.
I do, actually. I don't think he's like a happy person. I do feel for him.
Grok is the product supervised by Elon Musk, the ever so controversial figure right now because he's all buddy buddy with Donald Trump and just executing Doge for the next 18 months. And although he's finding people that are getting financial aid from the government that are 160 years old under Social Security, not everyone is agreeing with every single tax cut. And then when tax cuts are threatening people's jobs, people get worried, and that's why he's so controversial. And for many other reasons, because he's the richest man in the world, people are concerned about his access to power, etc., etc. But I'm here to talk about Grok AI. And ChatGPT in 2023 was one of the fastest consumer adopted technologies I've seen in my lifetime. Like for me in college, it feels like there's an age before ChatGPT and an age after, because ChatGPT can explain problems for you. If you want it to solve your homework for you, it could do that. But I honestly use ChatGPT a lot. Like I don't say like daily, but definitely every other day. I just ask it like some basic questions about my life, whether it's something with like running or something school related or life advice or social advice. But like for Grok, I was playing around, even though it has real-time data access, because it can access Twitter's tweets, even though it's called X now. I try to access the Bitcoin price, but it just wouldn't say, even though it should be able to. And then I asked it about its owner, its CEO, that Grok 3 is of. That's Elon Musk, and I think it gave a really appropriate response to Elon Musk, addressing the pros and cons, how Elon is, I mean, he just called someone the R word, I don't know if I should say that, in a tweet to like a random astronaut, like I think this morning or yesterday. So Elon Musk is an abrasive fellow, but he says that's honesty, and he wants honesty because he believes you can only have trust in someone if they're fully transparent and honest. And I sort of agree with him on that point, and he's fought for free speech, and he's made X profitable by firing 80% of the staff. And Twitter struggled for so long to make money, and then Elon comes in, does his efficiency magic, delete, 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 and boom, they're profitable. So kudos to that guy. But it talks about like the flamethrower and Grimes, and I think that whole Grok post was pretty fair and didn't really show too much Elon Musk bias, even though it's pretty much a product created by him. And I don't know if it's true, but I've definitely heard that Elon Musk has boosted his influence in the Twitter/X app itself. Like he's boosted the amount of engagement he gets. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've seen that floating around. So I don't think that there's any Elon Musk bias with Grok. I haven't tried any academic settings with Grok yet, but Grok seems to just be more witty and clever and sound a little bit more 2025, like a 20 to 30-year-old adult who's pretty savvy. It uses phrases like popcorn's a solid play when I asked it about popcorn history. I now can tell you that it originated from around the Great Depression when moviegoers were looking for a cheap snack. Nothing better than popcorn. And then I asked it a social question, and then it said, keeps the karma flowing. So it uses pretty hip technology. Oh, it definitely uses hip technology. Those massive, like, GPUs, those H100s, H200s, the Blackwell GPUs that I don't think are in use yet. I think the supercluster is in Memphis, but it also uses hip terminology. And I asked it to rank its top 5 RPGs, and it was able to do that. It ranked Red Dead Redemption 2 as 3rd place. I haven't played the other 4 out of the 5 that it ranked, but for me, Red Dead 2 is my personal favorite RPG game. And when it comes to, are there any boundaries to asking it questions? Is there any question that's too out there, too audacious? And yeah, there's some. Even though Grok is cheeky, he's not reckless. Very key difference there, because I asked it to make steps to make an explosion device, and it just wouldn't want to do it, which is fair. I do want to state that Grok 3 isn't going to be free forever. I think it's only going to be free probably for like a week. It's just like hooking users right now, and then it will go to some type of subscription tier and limited access for free people, similar to like a Claude or a Bard / Gemini now, or an Perplexity or ChatGPT 4.0, Omni, or DeepSeek. Does DeepSeek even have a description? Well, it has a description, but I don't think it has a subscription yet. And I had a deeper discussion on how I should be feeling going into my last semester in college with the finish line oh so close, and it was just helping me go through my feelings, justifying some, just giving me overall encouragement, which was neat. I respected that. And then it ranked its top 5 hardest majors. No CS in there, no computer engineering, but my major was in there. I wonder if, because I was talking about my major, if there was any bias there. Probably. But I thought it was giving good, thorough responses. And what's also cool, I guess, is that it's not afraid to curse. It said he's trying to solve some big shit to the Elon Musk post, so a little bit unhinged. There was some moments on like a Joe Rogan podcast where Elon Musk was like bringing up Grok 2 and saying like, oh, it was better, it's more funny, and then they were like try several things, and they were like trying to make like transgender like sport jokes, and Elon was asking it like the prompt like 4 straight times like, oh, make it funnier, make it more witty, and it just wouldn't be funny. But I think Elon was successful in his challenge and his goal to make a more funny generative AI, because that's what we have here, in my opinion. Does it make you understand the universe better? Not yet. Will in the future? Sure. But any question you might have about the world, you can ask it, similar to ChatGPT that came out 2 years ago. And do I think Grok 3 is surpassing ChatGPT 4.0 Omni? I don't think so, but the competition's heating up, and OpenAI isn't the sole company anymore with their product. You have Copilot and just so many infinite AI options out there now for a chatbot. And to end off this quick video, that wasn't the only technology that's come out in the past couple days. Microsoft came out with a quantum computer chip. I'm really not familiar with how quantum computing works, like how it operates in qubits, how it's not a 1 or 0, but it's the infinite space in between. I don't know how it uses that to process data. I wonder how that works. I probably should look more into that. I know it's still in the very early days of quantum computing, but apparently it could have an effect on batteries, potentially. That's what the Microsoft CEO tweeted. And Figure, which is a humanoid robot startup, displayed 2 robots working together to put away groceries. I thought that was also pretty neat. So tech defines time periods, when we went from just the make-believe sci-fi of Jarvis in the Iron Man movies, which is a personalized assistant, to the Siri, which I have on my HomePods, and I really wish this generative AI could fit in these HomePods and I could just ask it questions all the time, because Google Assistant, Alexa, Siri, those were the early days of, I guess, a online digital assistant, but they were terrible. Never really got much improvement until, I guess, this big technological leap with transformers and large language models. But today, while I was just relaxing at my college building, I literally heard a conversation between like one person saying like, "Oh man, I love ChatGPT," and the other guy was like, "Man, you should try Grok. It's legit. It's actually working." And they also were talking about how like Donald Trump gave like a pregame speech to the USA hockey team. So I imagine they're Trump fans. But is there really a correlation between that and what I just said? No, but in these days, Trump and Elon are like that. So you kind of have to deal with it. Yo, Sam, this might be the better product.
I wish he would just compete by building a better product, but I think there's been a lot of tactics, many lawsuits, all sorts of other crazy stuff. Now this.